Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to all the listeners from around the world that are tuning into this radio broadcast today. I am Tammy Markee, your host of Tammy Markee Radio Show, sponsored by Millionaires in Training Radio. We are based out of Houston, Texas. Listeners, please let me share a little bit about myself. I'm a native of New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm a concerned humanitarian, co-author, international human rights activist, evangelist, entrepreneur, and forex trader in a $5.3 trillion daily market. Also, I'm a columnist for Kish magazine called Dynasty of Dreamers and founder of Dynasty Dreamer International. Well, listening audience, Candace Michelle will be co-hosting today's show. She is a kingdom advocate and author. Candace is the visionary steward of Wise Living International, a nonprofit organization and director of the Wise Living Group powered by eXp Realty, LLC. Currently, Candace Michelle lives in Pearland, Texas, where she furthers her kingdom mandate to empower, inspire, educate, and encourage others to move from existing to living. You can follow her on Facebook at Candace Michelle and at Instagram at The Real Candace Michelle. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a talented lady on today's show. She's a true example of a dynasty dreamer. In that spirit, it's going to be an outstanding show. We're on the radio broadcast today with Chere Goode. Yes, Chere Goode. I am supremely thrilled that Chere M. Goode is our highly distinguished guest today. She's a globally recognized leader, #1 Amazon bestseller, international author, speaker, wellness coach, and groundbreaking entrepreneur who has facilitated and empowered countless people to their personal growth development, self-care, and personal prosperity of them and their community. She's a legendary pioneer in the field of health and wellness, and Mrs. Goode is a world-changer woman of historical dimension. She shares core values of empowerment and entrepreneurship to many. Mrs. Goode is the founder CEO of Total Harmony Enterprises. She's a wife, mother, caregiver, as well as the creator of the annual Recharge Health, Wellness, and Fitness Expo. Goode has been a licensed practical nurse for the past 28 years, and she is currently enrolled in school to become an RN. Also, she is ambassador, spokesperson for the American Heart and Stroke Association, and she's also known as a recharge strategist. Goode teaches professional women strategies for self-care for recharge their mental, physical, and emotional batteries for success in life and business. Goode's teachings also emphasize the importance of self-care to enrich one's life. In addition, she is also a senior independent beauty consultant with Markee, which further emphasizes the importance of self-care. Chere Goode teaches her clients that if you look good, you feel good. So pamper yourself as often as possible. Goode has been featured on ABC, Dr. Oz, Wendy Williams, Baltimore's TV 25, Good Day Baltimore, and Fox 45, Society Moms TV, Radio 1, WOLB Radio, Impact the World Radio, iHeartRadio, the Baltimore Times, and a host of magazines, to name a few. She has received numerous awards for government citations for her tenacity in business. Most recently, she was awarded one of Baltimore's 2016 Woman of Passion, Poise, and Purpose by the Baltimore Times. Goode's expertise in areas of recharge strategies, stress management, self-care, and heart disease prevention has touched the lives of many around the world. Well, today's episode is called Total Harmony and Self-Care. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the phenomenal world of Chere Goode. How are you doing today, Chere Goode?
Oh, my goodness, I am fabulous, and I'm super excited to be a part of the show. As you were reading that bio, I was like, oh, I want to meet her.
I tell you, this is good. You have done so many incredible feats in your life. I commend you. We're actually thrilled and elated to have you on the radio broadcast today. And
Thank
like I
you
said,
so much,
yours
Ed.
is an incredibly rich resume, impressive roster, I must say. Can you give us a synopsis of your eventful life? Let's have a closer examination of the life of Chere M. Goode.
Yes, I am a busy woman. That's all I can say. I've been a nurse for the past 28 years, and I love what I do. I currently do hospice nursing, so I help people that are transitioning into the last days of their lives to make sure that they stay comfortable, whether it be maintaining their medications for pain or just educating their families on how to, deal with losing a loved one. So it's a very rewarding job that I have as a nurse, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, but I've been doing it for 28 years now. And then, as you mentioned, I have Total Harmony Enterprises, which is my health and wellness company, and then I'm also an independent beauty consultant with Markee. But outside of being a businesswoman, I'm a woman. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm the caregiver for my mom, who actually lives with me, and I take care of her. And it's a busy life, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, because every chance that I get to breathe life into this body, I know that my work is not done.
Absolutely. So you actually are being used as a catalyst, and you're helping to bring a sense of peace into people's lives that feel like they need that hope. And so that's really, truly powerful. You're like being a ray of sunshine, that you're making people realize that there is no valley too deep or no barrier too high to overcome. And so you are bringing that sense of a bright outlook on life for those who feel like they're going through these ebbs and flows of life, and you actually giving them that foundation and having them to hold on to their faith and their belief. Because some people are dealing with so much stress in life, and they feel like they don't know what direction to go in. So you have to have a tremendous calling on your life to do what you're doing, to bring comfort to the hearts of the people that you come in contact with. And I truly, truly commend you and thank you for what you're doing in the community and around the world and so many different people's lives. And I have to say, what you're sharing with the listening audience today, Mrs. Goode, is compelling. And this type of ambitious journey to success, even in our mind, in our health, and our wellness, is a highly instructable, a guidepost to greatness, I must say. And just keep up the fantastic work. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
You are so very welcome. So let's talk a little bit about economics.
Okay.
What do you feel will be the adequate address to the crippling economic issues prevalent among people today?
I think that we have to create our own sources of income, because it's becoming more and more obvious that we can't rely on our present government. So we have to, depend on yourself kind of thing. So we have to create multiple streams of income for ourselves. So what that means to me is that we have to tap into whatever talents, our God-given talents that we have, whether it be that we're someone who writes well, or that we speak well, or that we sing. Whatever talent God has given you, we need to now tap into those talents that we have and make it a source of income for ourselves. I think that would be the biggest address to this crippling society, because if we're waiting on, a job is not guaranteed, especially in the state where I live, in the state of Maryland. We're an at-will state, so an employer could come in and tell you at any time that, we no longer need your services, and then what? Your family still has to eat, you still have bills that need to be paid, you have to have sustenance and covering. So, but if you have those multiple streams of income that you've created for yourself, you're not going to be as stressed out. You're not going to be as worried about where the next dollar will come from.
That is so profound, what you're sharing, and I know that Candace could further elaborate on that point. But what you said about tapping into your gifts, your untapped potential, and a lot of people are just really not been educated a lot about finances. Even though we have a lot of information on the World Wide Web, people are really not getting how to be able to diversify their portfolios, having those multiple streams of income, which is very, very key. And so, we have to go in and unlock those economic powerhouses. We have to allow people to be able to empower the people, I would say, to have that financial literacy in their life by empowering them and teaching them and showing them the tools. And that's why we have people like you, experts, come in, and coaches and financial experts to come into this show to give people the strategies and direction, the guidance that they need, because like I mentioned earlier, some people hadn't really been taught. And we have to go and extirpate poverty. And there's power in we. When we come together, we can do so much more together. And there's a quote by Jim Roque that I like. He says that to have more than you got, you have to become more than you are. That success is something you attract by being an attractive person. So we have to be able to help give these people the keys because, like I said, this hadn't been taught throughout generations. And when you come in and you change lives and you listen to people and see what their needs are and be able to help coach them along, it tends to navigate the minds of the people. And that's what we're trying to do. We try to emancipate the minds of the people so they can be able to think differently and so they can expand their higher consciousness. And I believe that Candace can share further on that as well.
Yes, Tammy, I'd love to jump in right quick. First of all, again, welcome, Chere, to the show. We're so excited to have you, and thank you for just sharing with the people about the multiple streams of income, because it's really a concept that right now should be a generation changer, not just a game changer. I was thinking of you, thinking about this when you were speaking, Chere, when you talked about Maryland being a at-will state. And I hail from the state of Texas, and it too is an at-will state. And to further your point, a lot of times we rely on things that are really temporal, okay? Really temporal, meaning temporary. We think that we have this hold on, like, you know, that we're not working to live, but we're living to work. And you said something very key, and this is what we've been talking about on this platform, the show, the Tammy Collins Markee Show, on the platform of Millionaires in Training, is about this notion of shifting. And for people like myself, who was impacted by a government shutdown, when your employer is the government, right, and it shuts down, even that thing you think is permanent is really temporary. So thank you for sharing with the listeners the importance of allowing your gifts to come forth and be monetized, if you will. And I have a question for you. With that in mind, the multiple streams of income, I mean, Chere, you are awesome. You this recharge, you taking something that was a skill set, and there's a sweet spot where your purpose and your passion and your skills come together that make room for you. And if you could tell the listeners, how can you do these things that you're gifted to do in a going concern or monetized way in this marketplace, when everybody has something they're saying or trying to pitch you? How can we properly brand ourselves? How can we make sure that our gift is unwrapped in the marketplace?
Well, I like to call it the 4 B's, the 4 B's of business. And number 1 is to be clear. You have to know what it is that your talent is and what you are good at. And know, is this something that I'm going to enjoy while I'm making that money? Because if you're just doing it and it's not something you enjoy, it's gonna wither out. It's gonna fade away. So be clear on what your purpose is. Be clear that this is something that you want to do for a long time, because we want our businesses to have longevity. But when you're looking to brand yourself and you're looking to make your talent a business, you have to be clear. That's the first one. The second one is be confident. You have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in your talent, nobody else will. So if you're going half-hearted with it and you're not sure about yourself, people are going to notice that, and they're not going to be willing to support you. So be confident in yourself. The third one is to be consistent. So if you say that you're a recharge strategist, be a recharge strategist. If you say you help people to manage stress, then you have to manage your own stress. You have to be an example. So you have to be consistent. If you say, I'm going to post positive thoughts on my social media, be consistent with it. Whether it's weekly, whether it's daily, records and history have shown that before a person will take action, they typically have to see something 7 times. So if you're inconsistent with letting people know what your brand is and what your business is, you're not going to have longevity in your business. And then the fourth one is to be different. Don't be a carbon copy of somebody else's business. Be totally different than anybody else, and then you're going to stand out. And people are going to want to come and learn more about your business and what you do and support you because you're clear, you're confident, you're consistent, and you are also different.